Hey everybody, today is Sunday, June 19th, and this is episode 4 of the Project PVC podcast. Joining me today, we have OhnoRaptors
Yay, hello.
and our special guest, Eli from the Boss Fountain podcast. How you doing, Eli?
Hey there, I'm doing pretty great. Nice to be here on the podcast today.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
welcome.
It's good to have you. Um, it's like 100 goddamn degrees here in Long Beach, so I'm sweating balls. How about you?
I mean, I'm doing pretty well here.
Yeah.
I'm down in Virginia on the East Coast, Best Coast.
Oh.
It's a little muggy.
Oh,
I'm starting
wow.
it. Don't worry.
Shots fired.
Yeah, it's a little muggy out here today, but I've been doing pretty good. Just catching up on the E3 news and stuff that's been coming in.
Yep.
It's been a lot to take in.
Yep,
Yep.
there have been many video games, many games.
Yeah, we've got some cool stuff to talk about
That's
today,
my
actually.
stance on E3.
Well, we'll get to delve into that a little bit in a while here. We have some figures to talk about. We have an East versus West kind of thing going on that we'll get into. We're going to be going over some topics from E3, some interesting titles that we liked. But first, before we get into that, Eli, tell me a little bit about Boss Fountain.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Eli from the Boss Fountain podcast. It's a video game themed podcast. Well, mostly video game themed podcast that we started about in April. Was our first episode that we got on iTunes?
April's a good month
And
for podcasting.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
That's when we started this one as well as Figure Rare, as it turns out.
Yep. It's a podcast
Wow.
month, man. Something in the
yeah,
air.
podcast April, official holiday. But yeah, we usually talk about video games. We also dip into other pop culture stuff too, as well, like anime and movies and all that stuff too. So
Nice.
you'll occasionally just hear me be like, "Oh shit, fucking check out JoJo this week. He ate the spaghetti. He punched it."
Dude, he so ate the spaghetti one week. God damn, that's an actual thing. We didn't make that up.
He's gonna fix that spaghetti.
That's awesome. Who does that show with you anyway?
We have two hosts along with me. We have TJ, resident girl gamer. Not actually, but that's what we call her. And then we have Mike as also our resident hockey fan.
Always have to have one of those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Somebody
Definitely
has
far
to be the
between.
hockey. But yeah, the way we just kind of talk about video game news on there all day, and we've been doing our E3 stuff recently. We have
That
like
must have been hectic.
it has been. We had like 3 episodes up in 1 week, and that
Wow.
was that was rough to do during a full work week too. But
Yep.
we mostly did it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a test of endurance to see what you can pump out. Because E3, man, is definitely a busy time. You guys, so how did you guys meet? Were you all friends before you started?
Yeah, we all met on a forum like a while ago, back in 2009, 2010, and we were just like, "Hey, you guys want to play Left 4 Dead 2?" And that was the first game we played together. We've been
Aw,
all best
that's
friends ever
cool.
since.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're always a little nostalgic. That game.
Zero and I actually met through my figure collection, which is basically a forum.
Yep. A four. That's all you need to say, really. But yeah, so I don't know. And I was like, hey, do you want to do this weird podcast idea I have? And you were like, sure, I guess, random
Oh,
person.
Yeah,
yeah, because we had never chatted before that at all. Like, I was just doing my moderating thing and my Tumblr thing.
Yep.
Had I mentioned wanting to do a podcast? I'm not even sure what sparked that idea.
I think I just came up with it one day. I was like, well, why isn't there a podcast for figures? Like, I understand, like, figures are a visual thing, so maybe that's why people haven't done it yet. But I mean, I think we've figured out a decent formula.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah, I think so
you know.
too.
So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool thing. And I think at some point you and I might go on Eli's show. Is that right?
yeah. We're shooting for next week, so we'll probably have some cool video game and figure collecting topics massed together
Hell
on
yeah.
one show.
We have to get the rest of your podcast crew into figure collecting. That's
Mhm.
our goal.
That's
I'm
gonna be our mission.
trying. They're on the very edge. They're so close. They just need a little push.
Dude, we'll help you push them.
Exactly. Look, they're looking
Right
forward
off
to it. I
the
think.
cliff.
They'll never come back. They'll never come back.
That's it. Straight into the garbage bin of animal collecting.
Yeah.
The fucking dumpster where we all live. Um, good, good. I'm excited. I'm excited to be on a show that I'm not going to have to worry about editing.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
no, it's all me, baby. That's all me.
That's awesome. So, how long have you been into figure collecting anyway?
I actually started pretty recently, back in 2010 or yeah, 2010. That's when I got my first job, and
Yep.
I got my first paycheck, and I was like, I'm an adult now. I can do whatever I want. I'm
Responsible
gonna,
Nice.
purchases.
Mm.
yeah. I bought like a Samus Figma, and that was my
Good choice.
first figure. Yeah,
Mhm.
That's an excellent choice, actually. It was the Varia suit or whatever.
yeah, and it was all downhill from there.
Oh, of course.
Yep. Yep. So, what have you gotten recently? Have you gotten anything cool lately?
Yeah, actually, I have some right here to show you guys.
Ooh.
I just had
Because
Nice
we have video.
thinking. Yes. Ooh, video.
yeah, the advantage video. This is sort of recent. I haven't made too many purchases in the last year or so, but I have I think it's Max
Oh,
Factory Space Dandy right there.
yes.
A
Dude,
big fan of this one.
dude,
Uh,
that's excellent.
it's yeah, it's super good. I love the base of the figure too because it has the little Aloha Oi
Hmm.
ship logo on there, and
What
that's
a
I mean, what was that?
what a great show.
Yeah,
What a
God,
great
I love
show.
Space Dandy.
So inspired.
Yeah.
That
But
is
yeah, no,
one way
good
to
figure.
explain it. Yes.
Space Dandy one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have the Good Smiles Tharja from Fire
Ooh,
Emblem.
that was
Oh
nice. I
my
really,
God.
really want her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
She's
an
too
older
good.
purchase, but she's still pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
Very good detail on that one. I also had a desktop McCoy of just Goku on a little dragging thing. I have
Mm-hmm.
no clue what it's called. It's really colorful though, and I really liked it because he looked really different from his usual outfit. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
why not? Other than that, I also had a Metal Gear Solid 2 Figma of Solid Snake.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So other than that, not too many purchases. A lot of pre-orders down the way though, that's for sure.
Dude, it's a slippery slope, man.
It
For sure.
is.
For sure.
Once you get those cases, dude, you're gonna be like, well, now I need to fill them.
Yeah, now I have to. There's
And
no
then
way
you're
I
gonna get to
can't.
the point where it's gonna be like three per shelf, and you're gonna be like, well, it looks too cluttered now. I need more.
Oh, jeez. It's a slippery slope, guys. Watch out.
Dude, but it's totally worth it.
Mhm.
So today, today, the big figure topic we have, we're gonna be talking a little bit about Western companies versus Japanese companies,
Mhm.
how they differentiate in quality, that sort of thing. Um, let's see, where are we at first with that? Oh my God. Okay. I don't know if you have the slide up, Nicole, and it's fine
I
if you don't
sure
yet.
do.
Okay. Uh, Funko Pops have been something that bugs the shit out of me.
You're not the
And
only one.
okay,
Trust me.
good, good. I'm glad we can all be passionate about this subject.
For
So
sure.
you go to places in the mall, and unfortunately, one of these places is Hot Topic, and they have like a
Mhm.
wall full of these things.
An absolute wall. Oh my goodness. So when I was much younger,
Mhm.
I was a little like gothy mall rat. It was horrible. It's really cringy to like think back on. But there was a mall right across from my high school. So I mean, it
Well, you
made it
had to, obviously.
really, really easy. And of course, you go to Hot Topic. And so I remember
Like you
from
do.
back then, and I just recently went to a mall for Hot Topic for, I believe, my little sister, like Christmas or something, and they
Mhm.
had a literal wall of
Oh yeah.
these. I was blown away because I didn't even know like that was their thing. I mean, it's not their thing, but
But they've made it a
oh my
thing.
God, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
understand, I do understand the appeal. They're like a very, for American toys, a very cutesy shape. And
mhm,
you can get one of anything, like absolutely anything or pop culture.
right. Yeah, I don't know. Some look better than others, that's for sure. Hang
Mm-hmm.
on, I have fighting cats here. 1 second.
Oh no.
I need to be the mediator.
Well, going off that topic, I actually do kind of like the ones that aren't humanoid, or at least don't have like the tiny little bodies and the tiny legs. That's what gets me. And that's actually my problem with Nendos at first. I thought they looked absolutely ridiculous, like somehow even smaller bobbleheads, and I couldn't do it. And it's the same thing with these. They just look weird with their tiny, tiny limbs. I can't.
No, I'm not a fan. They're
Yeah.
like very disproportionate, and I don't know. I wish. And I don't know what you said just now when I ran away to take Brody, but um, I feel like Good Smile has given it a shot to catch on here in the U.S. with some of their more popular ones. I think the biggest one I saw, the most quote unquote mainstream Nendoroid,
Hmm.
was like the Wind Waker Link.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think that was really really big. I saw that on a lot of different store shelves. It wasn't not just at one place.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But of
but for
course,
some reason they don't catch
also,
on.
well, they've really, really caught on compared to a few years ago. Like, pretty much everyone that's into anime, at least, knows what a Nendo is. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
and you can get some in, some decent American places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know Nintendo Land had the exclusive Ash, not Ash, Red
Mm-hmm.
Nintendos not
Oh,
too
yeah,
long
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Which is pretty neat.
And yeah, but I mean just some of these Funko Pops, they're hard to beat because you can even go to GameStop and they have like an absolute
Yeah.
wall of them too.
Oh my
And it's
god.
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like I don't want any of this. They look well, a lot of them look kind of garbage. Like
Yeah,
the Boo one you have on here, that's kind of cool. It's
it's
it's,
actually
it's
kind of cute.
it's yeah, because it's different from the other ones. But like the Miku one
Oh,
and
the
the
Miku
Sailor
ones look horrible. I just can't get over
God.
it. It's because her pigtails make her look even more disproportionate. It's
Yeah.
just,
Hmm.
I can't do it. And again, the tiny, tiny legs. I think that's what bothers me the most. Are tiny, tiny stick legs. I
uh,
want to like knock them over whenever I actually see one in person. And I actually have a few because I get Loot Crate and they just dump them in them.
oh
Like
yeah,
Really?
they love
I'm
every
not
them up
fucking
surprised.
there.
month you get a little pop.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The
Just kind of piling up here.
the Funko Pops make me want to punch them.
Oh no. I don't know. I
Uh,
completely get that because again, like wanting to push them over, just because like, how, how are they? Like, how are they being, just in general, with their tiny bodies and their huge heads?
their
I feel like
existence is just suffering.
they're
Read about their
just
Suffering.
misery.
you can see it in their eyes really.
Uh,
Their dead soulless black
Uh,
eyes. They they run like 20-30 bucks, don't they? What's the price range for these normally?
they're around 20.
Around 20.
I think
I
they
mean,
yeah.
vary. Sometimes 25.
I think that has a lot to do with their popularity too. You
Oh,
get
for sure. Yeah.
an Nendoroid and that's 50
Hmm.
bucks and I mean the quality is definitely up there, but most people want to just get it and go, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot
Yeah.
of collectors, especially new collectors, they don't want anything that you have to pose or change out parts. So these
Hmm.
are just really easy collectibles to get. And again, they come in every series. They just dump them out so fast.
Yeah, how are they getting all these licensing agreements? My god.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what I can give them as like a positive, that their reach is ridiculous for when it comes to
Yes.
licenses.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have Tokyo Ghoul on here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you can get like an Iron Man one too. It's like literally
Mm-hmm.
anything you can imagine.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
I was
It's
going
literally
through
insane.
the list, and they had Preacher based off the comic and TV series, the new TV series, like before the series even
Oh
started.
yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, sure,
I guess.
yeah, sure.
Why
That
not?
sure is a generic dude figure.
Yep. Yep.
But again, that's what they really have going for them. It's that they're uniform. So if you buy
Mhm.
a bunch of them, it looks like a nice collection. You can
Right.
just have walls full of these like little chibi figures. And then they also, again, have every fucking pop culture series.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
these, they don't have much merch, especially figures. And if they do, they're probably like, again, American companies really like action figures. They love action
Oh yeah,
figures.
love them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a nice non-posable alternative. But again, horrible.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, too, it's just infinitely more accessible for people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because who wants to go online and decipher a English translated Japanese
Yeah.
website to buy figures and then pay
And then pay
shipping?
for the
And it's
shipping.
just
Yeah, of course. They're just so
Yeah, and
easy
then
to get.
if you buy locally too, then you're paying the importers like whatever cost that is already.
Yep.
So that then
yep.
you're jumping past the $50 usual price point.
Mm.
So then it's like it's just not worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then if you're living anywhere that has like animated figures for sale in different stores, like half the time they're bootlegs, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think we touched on this last podcast too,
We did
but
a bit.
um, it's just a lot harder, I think, to get into it
Mm.
because of that. So I don't know. I mean, the popularity makes sense
Mm.
from that perspective,
Yeah.
but I
know.
just
I
not indulge.
it's popular, but I don't like it.
And it was
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
up in chat. They do a lot of exclusives for anime conventions or comic conventions.
Yeah.
And there have been some store exclusives. Like Overwatch. They have Overwatch pops. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Why this? Out of everything you could have
Mhm.
made this.
I want Overwatch figures so much, and I still
So
can't bring
much.
myself to buy Funko
Oh
Pops.
God, I would
No.
pay so much for like a good Farrah figure.
Well, we saw
Yeah.
that
Oh,
one Tracer, like scaled figure.
Mm-hmm.
Have to look into the details for that. And again, we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be stupid expensive.
Mhm.
And actually, Farah is the Blizzard Shop exclusive.
Wow.
Oh well.
Yeah, they know what they're
Why
doing
this?
from a
Mhm,
marketing
for sure.
perspective.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
they totally get it.
Well,
And
they're
again, it
pushing
makes
those characters
sense.
hard.
Like they're so popular, so it was bound to happen.
One thing I've always wanted to do, this is like a slight deviation, but
Mm-hmm.
go to San Diego Comic-Con, simply because of the exclusive toys that they have there. I remember
Oh
one year
yeah.
they had some really cool Gears of War figures
Mhm.
back when that was the thing. And I've wanted one of those, and they only ever released it at San Diego Comic-Con. And I just have, if you tried to buy it now, it's like $300
Oh
at
yeah,
least for it.
Kodabukiya does Comic Con exclusives too, and they're always pretty cool. I mean, they're usually repaints or they're the small change, but I think it would be really fun to go there and buy one.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I would totally spend a ton of money on those things if I could. It'd be a little dangerous for me to go, but I definitely would try that myself.
So, who are these weird little Shonen Jump guys?
Oh, yeah.
That's their mini blind box figures.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing. This is series 2, and they're like little pops, pretty much. I mean, they're basically the same proportions. They look basically the same, just tiny.
Yep. Their feet
don't
are a
think-
little different.
Yeah, I don't think these are too bad though. These are like the same stuff you would see like in a Japanese figure store too. It's just like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mystery box with little keychain thing
Mm.
for like a few bucks.
And
Definitely.
their heads are much bigger in comparison with their body compared to the full-sized ones, which I think helps a lot. Like I don't think they're that bad looking. I personally wouldn't be interested, but that's also because of the character selections. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Ben 10 there? I feel like that looks like Ben 10.
Ben 10?
That looks like
Where?
Ben 10.
What?
Right in the smack dab in the middle.
No,
That little
that's
picture of
from-
Naruto.
The popular
That's,
Shonen Jump character,
that's
Ben 10.
Light from Death Note.
Oh, that's Light. Whoops, he
God.
looked like Ben 10.
I'm going to decide it's Ben 10. So it's fine.
I wonder if they have one of Ben 10.
He's still relevant, I'm
know.
sure.
In some circles, Ben 10 is
They
very
do. Funko does some like really much older series. I mean, we have an Astro Boy figure up on the screen right now,
Yep.
and I saw Rocky and Bullwinkle. That was interesting. Yeah,
Wow.
Dude, they're all over the fucking place.
they
Yeah.
really are.
I mean, I guess they're super cheap to make, so it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
why not do
And easy
everything
to
you can?
design because it's all the same base model, more or
Hmm.
less.
So who is this? We're on the slide with Pinhead, right?
Yes.
So what is he from?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? We gotta know.
You said Dorbs or something, right?
Oh,
Yep.
right. It's another little figure series I have, and they all look like this again. Just like the pops, they have the same similar silhouette, and they're almost all of them have this little smiley face on, which I think is absolutely adorable. I chose Pinhead because I do really like Hellraiser and Pinhead,
Hellraiser's a
and
thing.
look at
He's
how
so
cute he is. He
happy.
is so cute and he is so happy. I just I can't. Obviously, I like these a lot more than their pops.
Yeah, he's happy to be totally eviscerating you.
I know. Oh, it
Uh,
warms my heart. Warms my
I think
heart.
these are a bit better than the Funko Pops, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because, I mean, they're simpler, but I also imagine they're a lot cheaper too, to the point where it's like, I can understand why they like this, and they
Mm-hmm.
probably have a ton of fucking licenses under their belt as well too.
Right.
Like they have
Yeah. Yeah.
Hellraiser right here.
I know.
You know what I thought it was first with those monies. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
Money,
Yeah.
where you
Mm-hmm.
can like do it yourself and sort of paint it.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh
thought
yeah.
that was it, and I know those are pretty popular
They are.
among
They are.
collectors because some people will do really legit ones and then sell them
Mm-hmm.
online.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I've gotten a few of those. Let's see, from again Loot Crate as well as. Could have sworn I got an exclusive one at a convention. Oh
hmm,
yeah, BlizzCon years back I got one, which is pretty neat. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's kind of a cool thing, cool idea.
I like
I
that
like the Deadpool.
they're again
Yeah.
they're somewhat based on like traditional wooden dolls.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
they'd
I
have
could see
that,
that.
yeah, they have that same silhouette, and then you can just paint over them in whatever design you want.
hmm,
So I
hmm.
think they're pretty cute. They're not as bad. I personally would not want to buy one. Just because, of course, that money can go to like a Nendo or Figma or
Right.
something.
And I'm not going to sit down and paint my own thing. That's just not me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that skill level for me stops at like Warhammer models.
Uh-huh.
And even then, I didn't really have the patience to do those. I mean, they're kind of fun, but like doing something big like that, no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can barely do like the easy Gundam builds myself,
Oh
so anything past
no.
that, it's just
Dude, I started. So, like, my figure collection has changed a little bit to where now it's included some Gundam models.
Whoa,
And,
whoa, whoa, whoa. It has always included Gundam models.
well, it has, but now I'm like trying to take it seriously. So, I'm not at the point where I'm sanding parts down and painting, but I am at the
Mhm.
point where I'm doing like detail work with really, really small, like, pens, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But yeah, I
You'll get
totally
to real
feel you.
great eventually.
Ah, God, no, dude. I don't know if I can do that. That's a big
Oh.
commitment.
I actually just bought a little model kit. It's one of the small bear guys. The
Yep.
children ones, because they're
Uh,
so cute. I think I got the pink one. I just haven't put it
I
together.
got there.
It's my dream. It's my dream to get one of the full-sized ones and then just bedazzle it.
that
Just
sounds super cute,
really,
actually. I
really
like that one.
lazy.
Please make it happen.
I will. I'll try. I'll try. How about you build them? I'll customize them.
Okay, sounds good. Do you have a bedazzler? I'm gonna judge
Not
you if you
yet.
say
Not
yes.
yet. Not yet. You can do
Oh
it
my
by
God.
hand. I don't think a bedazzler would work on plastic. I think it's mainly
For like jeans and shit
fabric. Yeah,
in the 90s.
Yeah,
jeans for
it's like
sure.
a pin, something.
Yeah.
Dude, I
So
remember
you
that
just glue them
commercial.
on one by one.
Yeah.
And I want to do a lot of glitter, maybe some lace, and bows. Yeah.
Yep. All right,
So
cool.
this is our
It's a
next
plan.
venture.
It's a
There
plan.
you go.
We'll do it and we'll post photos of the results. The ones okay, so the Superman and the Harley Quinn, if we're still on that
I
slide.
had to put up that Superman because it's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
It's the
Jesus.
derpiest shit I've ever seen. And I'm wondering if they did it on purpose. Because I don't really know the context of this release, but it kind of looks like it's supposed to be Batman versus Superman.
I,
But
I,
he is
oh
looking
yeah,
two totally different directions.
he is
He's
And
really
very dirt
most of them
looking.
do look like that. I do feel like it's on purpose, but
Like there's some degree of
I don't know if that's a good thing.
artistic
You know?
license there. Well, like
Yeah.
they had some Ghostbusters ones which looked okay. But once again, like these aren't things that I'd want to buy for myself because I just look
Right.
for different things in figures. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
And I know sounds kind of weird to say. I just kind of thought of it right now. I like the figures to sort of take themselves seriously to an extent because
Mm-hmm.
I want to get them because they sort of I want to feel like they came out of whatever medium that I discovered them in, like they came
Right.
out of the game or they came out of the
Yeah,
comic,
I can understand
and
that.
they're right there on the shelf. But something like this where it's more a little cartoony and less serious is not it doesn't appeal to me, I guess. But that's
Hmm.
the kind of collector that I am.
Mm-hmm. I think if you're collecting comic book stuff, there's so much of it out there
Yeah.
that I would assume most collectors do like a mix of the two. They get like these they get the really really fancy, well done dramatic figures, and then they're like,
Yep.
hey, I really like this character. Look at this really fucking dumb figure. It is
Oh yeah.
so silly. I have to get it. And admittedly, if I saw one of a character I really liked, I'd probably get it.
Yeah. Well, like I saw, so we don't have a picture of this one,
Hmm.
but I was in a comic shop a while back, and I saw a Batman figure that was totally grayscale because it was supposed to be, black and white and whatnot.
Hmm.
And the paint job was, oh my God, it left so much to be desired.
Oh
And but it
no.
was supposed to be like big. It was like 1/7 scale, right?
Uh.
So I'm looking at it and like some of the lines are going over, where they should have stopped.
Hmm.
And it's a
Oh,
lot. And I look at the
Right.
price tag, and the thing is like priced at $300. And I was
Mm-mm-mm.
like, "Holy shit! This better be made out of gold or something because
yeah.
it looks ugly as sin."
Western
And
figures,
some people buy it.
yeah, Western figures definitely have that higher price range sometimes.
Hmm.
I
They
don't
do.
know if it's just because I labor costs or something are just higher in the West, or I I don't know, but man, they are usually not worth it.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm always really surprised because, of course, I look at anime figures every day. I follow every release for Tumblr and my figure collection, and then sometimes I get emails from other figure stores, like Sideshow Collectibles. I get their
Yep.
emails, and then I look at the figures. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Like I saw this jumbo poison ivy, and I was like, wow, I would like that. I
Hmm.
go to it's like $500 again, and I'm always amazed. Like
Holy
we
shit.
complain about the Japanese figure prices on this podcast a lot, and then we
Hmm.
go, I go to American side. I'm like, holy shit! Thank God
We
I
are
didn't get
charging
caught up in this.
Right,
like
right.
twice as much as them almost.
So much.
I feel like some sideshow collectibles things are really, really good. They have this one
Mm-hmm.
series for Star Wars, I think, going right now.
Uh-huh.
That Boba Fett is in,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's a Darth Vader as well. I can't remember everybody that's in it, but this is the thing. This is the gauge, I guess, if you will. I don't know. Go with me on this one. So
Mm-hmm.
either it's on one side of the gauge where it looks like ass, or it's on the other side where it's ultra detailed
Mm-hmm.
and so expensive. And the thing is, both of these things usually occupy the same price range. It could
Mm-hmm.
look like ass or it could look really great,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
either way, it's going to be like double any figure you can get from Japan, even after importing it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, it's crazy to me. I don't know if you have the first four figures thing pulled up, but that's something that I wanted to talk about.
Let's do it.
Um, yeah, definitely, because like they just did a video on their Artorias that they're releasing. They're going to do a whole Dark Souls series. They're going to put out Artorias, Sif, Ornstein, and somebody
Mm-hmm.
else. Can't remember off the top of my head right now. They said it in the video, but this thing's just about 2 feet tall. It's huge and it
Mm-hmm.
looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it is priced at $500, and I'll never be able to get it probably
No,
because
that's
like this is
so
so much to
rough.
drop,
Right.
That's
half a
not going to
grand.
happen. Yeah.
So, and I think they know that it's pretty freaking expensive, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't doubt that the effort that the artists and the sculptors put into this
Mm-hmm.
isn't worth that much, if not more.
Right,
But
because this is a good example of beautifully, beautifully detailed figures
oh yeah,
that are again really pricey.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just right now, I could never see myself doing it. I have, admittedly, I have turned down 500 on Lolita dresses, like just one
Yep.
dress set.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I can't say I'd never do it, but
Right. Right. Well, you can wear that out of the house. This has to stay home.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's some utility to what you're buying in that case.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is like on another level. I don't know. So they know that this is expensive because they have like three different types of payment plans you can choose from where you can do monthly
Oh, God.
installments.
Which is
And
a fantastic
it's a
idea.
great
Not,
idea.
I don't know many companies or even shops that do that, and it's
Hmm.
again good idea because again,
Yep.
Mhm.
it's much easier to do little installments. I know I read on my figure collection pretty often that people are like, "Hey, you should just save up month by month, and then you can afford it." But come on,
Yeah.
who does that?
Who has
Responsible
that kind of
people do that. But
self-control?
we're
Yeah.
talking about collectors, okay?
Uh-huh.
Like, we might see a figure on sale and be like, well, I have to get that now.
Right, right. Or you might find a great deal on it on a community shop or something, or somebody just selling it themselves and whatever. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. Sometimes you got to pull the trigger before you're ready.
Literally now or never.
Right,
Or
right.
just, I was going for like spending the money that you would quote save up on other stuff
Yeah,
and being
yeah,
not
that too.
responsible.
That too. No, it's true. I've been in that position. I think most people have, but um, I don't know. First four figures definitely has the right idea, though. Even though they exist in that tier of I don't have half a grand to drop on figures, they are trying to reach the most number of people possible. Which I mean is a sound business decision. I think if you
For
want it,
sure.
you want to make that money back. The cheapest payment plan they have is like $75 a month for X number of months, whatever it is, and their down payment really isn't that much either. I think it's like $30 to $50.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
they're definitely doing it right.
They are doing it right, and if you're
It's
going to occupy that pricing scale, you have to enable
For
people to
sure.
get your stuff. So
That
it's
makes
kind
it
of
seem much
interesting.
more obtainable.
yeah, yeah, they seem pretty good. They seem like passionate people too. I've watched a couple of their videos, and so yeah, they definitely like want people to get excited about their products. But yeah, it's just my God, that price. They've put out a lot of cool things in the past, though, as you can see on the slide.
Yeah, but I can definitely Darn, I was gonna say I was gonna say I totally understand that their prices, but it's kind of interesting to think about Japanese figures and a lot of Japanese merchandise for like anime and video games and all that stuff. Like you guys said, it's always pretty pricey, but
Yeah.
they usually have a pretty good reason because that's where most of the revenue comes from. It's merchandise. It's not like
That's very
airing.
true.
It's not airing the show. It's making the Blu-ray sales. It's making the figure sales.
Right.
And at their prices, it seems like they're doing all right. But I, s- I don't know. It's just does that much work go into Western figures to warrant that price?
Well, and that's the thing too. You either have things that look like somebody painted in the dark, or you have things that look like somebody spent their whole life making, and they occupy the same price range.
Another issue with most non-Japanese figures, like these larger scale figures, is that they're usually polystone, which is
Hmm.
very heavy and much more expensive. Way,
Uh,
way back in the
Right.
day. Way back in the day. Most Japanese figures were also polystone, and that kind of makes it look, I feel like, almost a marble statue that's then painted over. I personally don't like
Hmm.
that style very much. It works out really, really great for some styles, like these first four figures, I believe are polystone. I know there's something.
Yeah,
I
I
know they're
think they
not
are too.
PVC.
No, not at all.
How dare
yeah.
they be on Project PVC podcast and not be
It's not Project
PVC?
Polystone podcast,
But yeah, I
but
think
yeah,
that goes into it a lot, and just um, what was I gonna say?
it's all good.
That
We're all
makes it
rambling
much more
today.
Yeah.
expensive. And
It does
again,
make it expensive.
that makes shipping horrible
Uh-huh.
because they're so heavy. And I
Hmm.
feel like polystone is actually very delicate. Like again, it's
Yeah,
like having a marble statue almost. You drop it, and it's like
that's
boom,
done.
their head falls
I,
off.
Yep.
yeah, I'm sure they just chip super easily or something like
Yeah,
that
they
too.
chip very
I feel like just
easily.
looking at it.
Yeah.
But that material looks like it works really well for armor though, like really thick
Yeah, I
armor
think
type
so
stuff.
as well. I do think it looks better for armor than PVC does.
Yes.
because
Definitely.
it's much more rugged, and you can tell it's like it's made out of something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
does.
But
It does.
for skin and hair especially, I don't
Yeah.
like it. Mm-mm.
Like the Zelda one, it's not. I'm sure that's polystone too, and it's not looking.
Mm.
Not really feeling it.
Well, that's what's
Yeah.
interesting about them too. Is like as a company, they put out some figures that I'm like, ugh. But then they put out some figures that I've gone nuts over, and they're it's all the same company. You know what I mean? The Zelda
Mm,
one doesn't really look that good, but like they've put out a Samus one recently
mm,
that I think it's oh man, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but I think it's from Metroid Prime 3. It's like the light suit
mm.
or something, and we don't have a picture of it, but that thing looks fucking incredible.
Well, I have the gravity suit one
Yeah,
up,
you
so it's
do.
pretty
I saw
similar.
that. Yeah, and
It's
that
like
one even
similar
has
idea.
lights and shit in it. They
Mm,
explore the often unexplored territory of putting lights in figures, and I think that's really cool. So you don't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that a lot in Japanese ones.
I think in her, they have her ship as well as from the same company as a
mm.
figure,
Yep.
and that lights up too, and that's also very
That's
expensive, but
cool.
looks
That's
super
so cool.
cool.
I've been really getting into like ship models from like I don't know Firefly, Star Trek, all that.
Nice.
I think that's something I'd like to collect, but again, they're really, really pricey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cry. Mm.
I cry too. I cry too.
We're all in tears.
Mm.
The Japanese ones, though, like you're right too. The material they're made out of is not as it's not as lasting. It's more flexible, but then like
Mm.
it's a real thing that if you leave it out in the sun, it might get
Yep,
like sun bleached or warped
that's completely
or
true. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
So
I
there
think
are
it's
pros and cons to each, but
mhm,
again, if you take care of PVC figures, and I mean the price difference as
right.
well as the general style difference, eh,
Well, everybody knows that all figure collectors live in caves anyway, so it's
pretty
fine.
Oh
much.
yeah, they never see the light of day.
Yeah, you should see my house
Uh,
right now. The blinds are totally drawn,
I know.
and yeah, everything is in like a dark little hovel. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, I feel that.
I've gotten blackout curtains.
Dude, you know you're at
Just to
that level
protect
when
the
you get them.
figures.
That's the only reason, right? So
Yep,
yeah, and so
that's
if you
it.
have,
It's definitely for the figures, not because I take a lot of naps during the day. No.
dude, it's tough. It's tough. Um, but yeah, so like the if you have if your price range for a good figure is $100 to $150, I think Japanese figures are the thing for you because I don't think you're
Hmm.
going to get the same amount for your money from Western companies.
Hmm.
And I should say by the way that First Four Figures is based out of the UK. It's not
Mm,
in America
right.
or anything like that. So we just kind of mean anything that's outside of Japan. But if your price range is like $500, then that opens up your world a little bit more, right? You just
Mm,
have to be a little more discerning because some people don't know the value of the work they've done.
right, but again,
Hmm.
it mostly comes down to what series you want.
Yeah. Well, that too. That too.
I think that's the main disconnect between the two hobbies. Although a lot of non-Japanese companies are doing anime series and everything. Like we had, again, Funko Pop. There are a ton of anime series now, as well as McFarlane Toys has been doing a few anime series. I know they did Attack on
Yep.
Titan as well as Tokyo
Yeah.
Ghoul.
Yep. Those look pretty good.
They're
They look
like
pretty good.
for for the same price as a Funko toy, which is like $20, maybe 25.
Hmm.
I believe both this Attack on Titan and Tokyo Ghoul one are like $25. I do think you're getting more for your money. Um,
Yep.
but also I think that's just because there's more detail. McFarlane toy quality is eh.
Yeah, yeah. They've made some good action figures. I
Yeah.
remember as a kid, I got some really cool McFarlane
Hmm,
figures, but it's not to the same level. I get what you're
right.
saying.
I think their paint jobs are
Their
really
paint,
some of
that's
the worst
it.
stuff.
Hmm.
Horrible. I've gotten
Yeah.
a few from game releases, like game special editions. Ooh, comes with a figure. Ooh, pay $100 more for this figure. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic price. And then I get it. I'm like, fuck. Why did I do
What did I
this?
do?
Well,
Oh, I know that feeling. I got the
uh,
Dark Souls 2 special edition,
uh,
and that had like a,
Fuck me too.
that had the really fancy figure in there too, right?
yeah.
I
And then
had to
you
get
open it
it.
up. Yeah, and you open it up and you see that terrible paint job. It's
Oh
really
no.
muddy
Fucking horrendous.
and just like
Uh,
there's like low detail in
mm,
the armor. There's no face underneath it, so it's
Dude,
just black.
those two swords that you get
no.
look like fucking toothpicks.
Oh
God, they're
no.
like they bent super easily too. I think one of them was bent when I got it. It's like this was
Yeah.
worth it. This is what I
Uh,
get.
I don't know, man. Like, um, I felt like I had to get it. I felt obligated because I just loved that series for so long.
you really
And
did.
Oh
so,
yes.
I mean, full disclosure, when Dark Souls 3 came out, guess what I did? I got the special edition with the fucking statue, even though I
Oh
knew that it
no.
wasn't going to be as good
Oh.
as what I'd prefer to buy in my own time. But yeah, no, I just felt like I had to do it. And I
I
displayed it indignantly.
I thought about getting the Overwatch collector's edition with the little statue.
Soldier 76.
Yep, I really thought about it,
It's not
but
painted. Why isn't it painted?
don't
I
know.
don't like at one point they start to say, "Oh, look at this really cool statue, and it's supposed to look, it's supposed to have a place of prominence on your shelf and everything." But sometimes it just feels like they painted it black because they didn't feel like painting it for real.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. It's just less money and less time because
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of Japanese figures, and I assume most overseas figures are hand painted. Of course, it's through like an assembly line, but
Right. Right.
it's
But they
just
do
less
still do
cost.
it that way.
Yeah.
You can notice inconsistencies between two figures if you hold them side by side. Like that's a real thing. But yeah, I know. Like I bet at some stage during the development process, they were like, yeah, we'll paint this thing, and then they're probably like, oh no, we need to save some money. Like, maybe we'll just paint it black instead.
Maybe.
It'll still look good.
Yeah,
So
it's strange that they went with 76 too, and it's
I
such a
know.
boring
He's
pose.
so.
yeah,
Like it's
I only like him now because of the stupid fandom around him.
yeah, because he's like grandpa,
I would
man,
like
you
it
want
too.
some snacks?
yeah,
But
Uh,
it was really unfortunate. You would think they put like a tracer in there or something because she's sort of like the poster
right?
girl.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or even Widowmaker. I would have guessed. I would have guessed Widowmaker just because them assets.
Them
Yeah.
assets though.
The expanding booty with the recon thing. That's an important feature.
Dude, I'm in.
But I've also noticed a lot of American and etc. companies. They don't with games. They don't like doing female characters.
Nope, they don't.
Nope,
That's
not
that's
at
not what
all.
appeals to U.S. gamers. Nicole, we like everybody to be mad and to be men.
We want manly man looking like box art guy on the blocks walking
Oh
towards
God.
you.
Chin
That's
down,
why
eyes
we
up.
have fucking
Yep.
Soldier 76. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I like him. He's just cast in the wrong light right now.
Yeah.
He's there for the wrong reasons.
Grandpa deserves better.
He does deserve
Hey,
better.
well,
God
I
damn it. He
think
takes care of all of
I
us.
think he's only dad. Okay, he's only 40, 30 something.
He is not 30.
I don't
He's-
know. I'm trying.
No
okay.
way.
No.
No.
I think he's 40
Reinhardt's
something.
like 50. Reinhardt's
He's like
grandpa.
50 or 60.
Reinhardt's a
He's over
90s
there.
kid, apparently.
Yeah. No, he's 60 something. He's 60 something.
Uh,
So whatever
but
year
yeah,
it
and
takes
the
place
game is
in.
in the future, so.
It's in like 2060 or
Grandpa.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's me
Pep.
all the time.
So yeah, no, it's a lot. Like I remember I got a do you remember when Resident Evil 5 came out? Did I got the special edition because I was working at GameStop at the time. I was a manager there. And it came with a little figure of Chris Redfield, I think was the main character of Resident Evil 5.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. So, and he was like, fuck, I don't even have video up, but I'm like holding my fingers up. Like, he was like this big. Nobody
We'll
knows.
get
what I'm
there
talking-
someday.
Yeah. He was maybe like 3 inches tall. And he did not stand right. Oh my God. So you put him on something and he would just kind of fall forward. And at one point, I had him on top of my TV and he fell off onto the rug and he exploded
R.I.P.
into like 5 different pieces
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
onto the rug. And yeah, so and I looked up online after the fact, and everyone was like, "Why does this figure just explode on its own?" So like that wasn't I wasn't the only person that happened.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's it's a
It's a
feature.
feature. I was about to
It's a
say that.
So no, there were
That's the
people
fallback.
who had Chris Redfield in a bunch of pieces. Like that's a real thing, working as
Jeez,
intended.
that's horrible.
Didn't this is a random thing too. Didn't Resident Evil 5, the collector edition, also come with like an Africa pendant? Like just
Yeah, it
uh,
was something like that, and then it also came with like a little pouch of Tricell or something, which was like
Huh.
the bad, scary corporation in that game.
Mm.
yeah, but like I think about that and I'm like, okay, who are the type of people that buy these games?
I
And
know.
are they the type to wear an Africa pendant?
Well, you gotta understand too, the hype for that game was unreal because of how
Uh,
well RE4 did and how many iterations it had. At first, it was at the point, and I won't get too deep into it, but at first it was like, oh, this is going to be a GameCube exclusive. We're never going to put it on anything else. And then it came out on the PS2 and pissed everybody off. And then it went back to Nintendo and came out on the Wii, which was, in some people's mind, the definitive version of this because you could use the Wii remote to aim and all that. Not in my opinion, but a lot of people like that
You
shit.
know what?
that
I
makes it
think
too
I've
easy.
actually played that one.
It's
'Cause I
fun.
did
It's a
play
fun as
one
shit
on
game.
the Wii.
So I don't know, like
That's the extent of
it,
my knowledge.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right. So and then where we're at now, like Resident Evil 7. Hey, are you ready for segues? Resident
Oh,
Evil 7
more quickly.
was shown off at E3 lately, and that demo went up on your Choose Your Marketplace of
Mm.
uh, of the game at the same time, and that was pretty legit. And the gameplay has totally changed. So
Did you guys have a chance to play that demo by any chance?
I did play it. I did play it.
Ah,
I
What's the
was.
I'll
video game? Is that not Overwatch?
Nicole has no idea what games are because she's on the PC all day and doesn't have PS4 hooked up. You have a PS4 and you don't hook it up. I don't understand.
Oh my god, it's horrible. The last thing I played was Dragon Age Inquisition. I played the
Whatever.
wow,
shit
that
out of
was
that.
that was a while ago too.
Oh, shh. Shh. Shh.
Hook that thing up, all right?
Yes.
So,
No, I
if you
played
could, what?
something else. Yep. We'll go back. We'll go back to that.
You can't even remember.
Nope.
So yeah, no, they had that Resident Evil 7 demo, and I mean, I'm interested to hear your take on it, Eli. But basically, when I got into that, I think I don't know what I expected, but I came away from it thinking, well, this seems like it really wanted to capitalize on the popularity of PT, but the execution was just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I actually don't have a PS4, but I did see like a lot of, I follow a lot of channels that just played it, and I just watched a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I saw, it was definitely going for that PT vibe, and they Capcom had talked about earlier too that they want to go back to their horror roots, quote unquote.
Right.
Uh,
Well, who wouldn't after that shit that went down with Konami and everything, like
yeah.
depriving everybody of what would have been one of the best horror games of this generation. But
Uh,
and then
yeah.
everybody's like, yeah, I want horror games really bad. I want things like this, and then this is what we get. X number of months later, this demo. So
I think it's a good effort. It's a step in the right direction, I would say,
yeah,
but it is pretty rough,
it
in
is.
my eyes. I'm hoping this is just. I think they said it was just like a teaser demo, right? It's not anything super solid,
Hmm.
Yeah,
but if I would like to see this expanded upon more before
yeah.
I'm into it.
At the same time that I felt the execution wasn't there, I felt like there was potential for more in the series because I think this E3, a lot of game franchises branched out and tried new things, or at least a couple that I can think of anyway off the top of my head. But this feels like it has some untapped potential in it, so I am interested to see where we go from here. And
Yeah,
they said it
yeah.
would
I
be
mean,
fully playable in VR from start to finish.
I don't know if I could survive that.
Yeah, yeah, really. That'd be fucking
uh,
crazy.
You can pause a horror game. They just, if you're sitting on the couch, but if it's in
Mhm.
front of your face,
You
um,
just start freaking out, rolling on the floor, and screaming.
yeah.
Especially if no one's there. Like, what if? All right, so picture this: what if you're playing a horror game? You have the over-the-ear headphones, you have the Vive or whatever the hell you're playing with on your face, and you're home alone. And then halfway through you playing, somebody comes home and says, "Hey, what's up?" It touches you on the arm.
That's it. It's a
Oh
fight to the
man.
death,
Right?
at least in
Dude,
my
that'd
eyes.
be too much.
I just
So
I can only imagine how many people will hurt themselves once everyone has a VR system.
yeah,
It's because I mean so many people got hurt just using the Wii remote.
Oh,
yeah. So many TVs are dead now. I
Yeah.
think.
I can imagine someone just like tripping over a cord or their chair or whatever and just like wiping out their computer just completely or
Oh
game
yeah, for
console.
sure,
Pff,
for
consoles.
sure.
Oh,
God.
oh, actually, this is just a random bit of news,
Mm-hmm.
but in Alienware is working on a virtuality backpack, and basically
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
it's just a computer you strap to your backpack or to your
Huh.
back, and you just plug your VR into it, and there's no like
Uh-huh.
the cable management is all on your person, not
That's a pretty cool
like
idea.
on.
That's awesome.
That'd probably be super expensive, but
Yeah.
Right,
I
right.
would, I would
Oh my
totally
God.
get behind something
I
like
saw like a commercial or advertisement or whatever for a laser tag thing where
Yep.
that was VR. You put on a little VR helmet or visor, and then
Yep.
everything had an overlay of just like this really cool game world while you were shooting other people with your
So like you
laser
could
gun.
see
It
people,
was the
but it
coolest
was
shit.
also the game
Yeah,
over it.
yeah.
that's
What?
pretty cool.
That's gonna be cool. I really want to do it.
Future is scary. This is
Future is scary.
this is it. This is
Just
it, man.
wait, the VR waifus are coming soon.
Oh, they're
And every
right
day we
here.
move closer and closer to that inevitable
Gosh.
fate of people never leaving their homes because
Oh
they
yeah,
I
found
completely.
their VR wife.
Hmm.
Yeah, just get Amazon to bring you groceries every week, and like
Yep.
that's it. Never have to leave your house.
The
That's
Amazon
the
drone.
dream.
Yeah,
Dude, I feel that.
someday soon.
That's the future that I want to live in. So, yeah, I mean, I bet at this point we probably have the E3 slide up. So, we had some games that we all liked that we want to talk
Speaking
about a bit.
of
All right.
VR,
Speaking of
so
VR,
while I was getting all this ready for
yeah,
the slides for our stream, hello stream. If you're not watching the stream, you should. Well, if you're not watching it, you're obviously listening to the recording a few days later. But
yep,
next time, you should totally be on that.
yep,
Yeah.
get on that
And
shit.
we will not start, an hour late. We'll see. But so I was going through and getting these slides because I had gotten lists from these two for games we wanted to talk about, and then I found games that I really like because I didn't actually watch E3. Again, what are video games?
Yep,
I just
who
watched.
knows?
I was just for everything, pretty much everything now. I just watch my Twitter feed and see what
Hmm.
they're going crazy about, and then maybe watch a preview or two. So
That's legit. That's a legit
yeah, so
way to do it.
today I just stumbled upon, let's see what it is. Yay! The Unspoken, which is a VR
Yeah.
game where you have like magical abilities and you can cast spells. I'm like, holy shit. This is what I've wanted all my life. To live out those
I
Harry
was born
Potter
for this.
those Harry Potter role-playing dreams.
Motherfucker. Yep. Yeah, it seems kind of cool. So like a lot of these VR games are importing this teleportation element to it because obviously a lot of people can't just walk around a 50-foot living room or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's 50 feet a lot. I know that I'm thinking about it, I'm like maybe 50 feet. Anyway, yeah, no, it's a lot. So yeah, so they have this teleportation thing, so you don't have to move. So like in this game, in the trailer anyway, when I saw it, you're standing on a pillar and you are casting spells against either an AI opponent or probably a real person. Is the
Yep, they're
appeal of
gonna
this one
have PvP, which I'm
legit?
so ready. I'm
That
so
sounds great.
ready to throw some fucking fireballs at your face.
Yep,
Because obviously, if I get it, you have to get it.
yep, I do. Well, I'd have to get a headset too, but well, here's the thing: you'd probably get an Oculus, and I would probably not because my computer is a garbage machine.
Oh.
But hey, maybe I'll upgrade just to get that with you, so I can kick your ass. But
Oh, okay, okay.
so
Okay.
yeah, no, it seems pretty cool. I'm interested to see more about it.
Yeah, for sure.
How many spells will we have to use? How do you cast them exactly? Do you do motions to cast them? How does that work? So
Yeah, I'm liking the concepts of VR so far because you can make like really mundane task and just make a total game out of it and make it super
Yeah.
interesting. Like Job Simulator is one of them.
Uh-huh.
Just
Right,
literally
yeah.
just hey, pretend to work at like as a fry cook. And then it turns out to be super fun in VR. So
Yep.
there's still a ton of possibilities to be explored with these type of things.
yeah,
It's so new that pretty much anything you do with it is gonna be really fun or interesting, at least.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
We're
I
in
remember-
those stages right now where like people are still testing the waters with different things, and I think that's one of the things
Right.
that's making it really fun.
I
Yeah.
remember years back, my boyfriend at the time got like, the very first Kickstarter for the Oculus Rift.
Hmm.
Okay,
Um,
yep.
yeah,
Was it
and
the dev kit
that
kind
was,
of thing?
ooh, yeah, the dev kit. That was way back. And so I got to play around with that. And the main thing that was available at the time was you just go into this little, very bad graphic world, and you can like move a ball around, pick up a chair. I was like, holy shit, look at this. Look
This
at
is the
me.
best thing ever.
Look
Yeah,
at me
anything is fun in
attempting to
VR.
move this ball.
Yep, yep.
But oh my god, it made me so motion sick. Like 5 minutes in, I wanted to throw up. So that's my main problem with it, and I
Yeah.
know they are addressing it. I know on the second like developers kit for the Oculus Rip, wow, they were they did change something to help with that motion sickness.
Mhm. Huh. Yeah, yeah, and that's such a thing too. People are like messing around with these games that they just made and like, hey, try this. How's this? Is this a good thing? Can you try it for me? Like it's just it's so new. I think that's really cool. Did you guys see pictures of the crazy line at the Naughty America booth at E3?
No.
Oh, is that the porn VR
The porn
one?
VR.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Hey, that would have been me. I would have wanted to experience
I would have
that.
lined up for it for sure.
I can't say
And
I wouldn't have.
right,
So.
right. It's just you're really curious, like, what is this
Mhm.
experience like in
Mhm.
VR? Like everybody's wondering that.
For sure.
Yeah, I
So
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if I'm gonna buy like a VR kit for porn, but if I ever do
no,
have one, I'll be like, huh,
this is interesting.
what's up to offer?
Mhm.
How close can I get before I get a little sick?
Right, right. I'm open to this experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's I just thought that shit was funny as hell. I don't know. What were some other games you guys liked? Eli, what'd you pick out anyway?
I picked out Persona 5 and Gravity Rush
Mm-hmm.
2.
Fuck
I'll
yeah.
talk about Persona 5 first because, man, they did like a 12-minute presentation at
Mm-hmm.
their Atlas booth, I think.
Yep.
And God, that game looks so
It
slick in
looks
motion.
so good, and
Oh
the
yeah.
style. Oh my god, it is so well stylized.
Hmm.
I'm in
Like,
love. I'm really excited.
yeah, everything from like the menu to like just any like the basic little visuals to the hit sparks is
Mm-hmm.
just so good. And
Mm-hmm.
God, it's I'm just so excited for it.
Me too.
Uh,
Me too. It seems like one of the few games that took forever and will be worth the wait.
Right.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree. I agree. That is it the same guy doing the soundtrack as the other ones?
Shoji
Shoji
Meguro.
Meguro?
I'm pretty sure it is, along with the girl that usually sings for the series. I can't remember her name,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
she has
the
a
one she's
distinct
usually with,
voice.
yeah, she's usually with I can't remember his name either. The rapper from Persona 3
Yep.
that's always there.
Yep. That's one of the things that makes those games what they are, I think. It just, I mean, like, obviously, this game is dripping in aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
and the soundtrack seriously drives it home for me. I mean, I just, when I get the perfect fusion of music and visuals, it sticks with me, and Persona is one of those
Oh, for
series.
sure. That for me with gaming, that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
I want the music to be really amazing and unique, and I want it to be just beautifully stylized. I mean, the graphics don't even have to be amazing, like,
No, not
ooh,
at all.
next gen graphics. It just has to look really fucking cool and unique.
Yeah,
Inspired,
this
I think, is the
game is
word.
Inspired.
still
That's great. Yes.
the game's still coming out on PS3 too, so I'm sure it's still gonna look like since it's heavily stylized, it's gonna look just
Mm.
fine in an older system like
I,
that.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that they're still doing that after all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Say-
yeah, because
releasing it on there.
it's supposed to come out 2015.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
they kind of missed it, but
Well,
whatever.
So I don't know. Yeah, that game looks fucking
it's
nuts.
gonna be so much fun, and the character designs, oh, they're so good. They're so
Dude,
good.
I
that
love
guy
that.
who has the like masks are the thing this time around, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That
and
guy who has the
guns.
skull mask. I want that skull mask.
Oh,
I think they
it's
look
like
super
kind
cool.
of greaser jacket type look too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love
Kind of
that.
like a
Love
thin
that.
kanji from Persona
Uh-huh.
4. Yeah. Yeah, looks super cool. And you picked out, you said Gravity Rush 2 as well?
Yeah, yeah. You
Tell
guys
me
know
about
anything
that.
about Gravity?
Not really. I think so. Like the puzzles involve you changing the environment, right? Hence Gravity Rush.
Sort of.
Tell me
It's more
about it.
like an action style game. So it was originally a Vita game,
Yeah.
which nobody had a Vita.
Whoa!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
Hey,
was saying
I
this.
have a
Really
Vita.
cool.
I
Thanks.
do too. I
What?
love the Vita. I'm the
I
biggest
do.
fan, but we gotta it's not doing well.
No.
Um, so
Uh,
this is a series that managed to escape the Vita and onto PS4.
Thank God.
And
The few.
basically it's it's like a girl who controls gravity.
Okay.
For herself mostly, so like she doesn't like lift up the entire town. But
Right.
it's just it's super fun because you're just flying over the place using the gravity her gravity kicks, and she's just bouncing all over the place, and it's so fun and smooth to play.
mm-hmm.
It's I mean, the first one especially, even on the Vita, that played like a fucking dream, and the second one is just looking so much better with like more defined combat,
Mm-hmm.
two new styles of like modes she can go into with like a I think it's called Jupiter style, which is like
Mm-hmm.
she increases the gravity a ton, so her she attacks a lot harder and moves slower. And I think is it Mercury style? I think where she has just no gravity and she's just flying all over the place.
Oh, cool.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the music's just fantastic in this too. I know you guys were talking about style and music and game,
Right.
and this game definitely has a lot of style to it and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
great music. I forgot who the composer was, but he does an amazing job of like a kind of uh, jazzy type thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
little hard,
yeah.
but
The world
it's
looks beautiful. Um,
Mm.
even if I did defend the Vita a little bit, I will be honest. I have like two games for it. Two
Yep.
games in the maybe 3 years I've had it.
Sounds right.
the life of a Vita owner. I know how it is.
But I do remember playing the original game um, at like Best Buy, the demo on the Best Buy, like in store. So
Yep.
that's what I remember of it. So I have played a little bit, and it was really impressive. But then again, I was like, Vita, yeah.
Yeah, really. I don't know.
Hey, well, I would recommend the PS4 remaster that they have of the game now.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
good idea.
that's
Mm-hmm.
that's super great.
Mm-hmm.
That first game's still really solid and it looks even better now on PS4.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Mm.
I just always miss remasters for different consoles because I'm so set in the mindset that hey, this game is on here. That's it forever.
Yeah.
Right, right. Same. I'm the same way. I get
Mhm.
it.
Mm. But this one's
So,
beautiful, and they have a new side character I saw.
Yeah, she was a pretty minor character in the first game.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
She was like a main antagonist type thing.
I've
But
literally never seen her.
yeah,
cat.
she was pretty late in there. I think her name's Raven.
Mm.
And this game now, there's like a tag combo system where she'll like jump in when you do like super attacks and all that, and she'll like jump around you while she's fighting. She's kind of like an uneasy ally in this one, I'm guessing. I'm not too
Oh,
sure
mm-hmm.
about the status of the story, but
Right.
I also really love her design too. Like
She
I
is
kind of wish you could play
super
as her.
cute. Yeah, yeah. See, from the short description I had read, I thought you could do like you switch between the two in combat or something. But you explained it perfectly. She's really cute
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I like her
It's
little
not.
tummy. She got a cute little tummy.
I know her outfit's so
She's so
cool,
cute. Ugh. They're both very
and she
cute.
has
They're both very cute.
yeah. And then the main character Cat has like a little tiny black cat that has like
Mm-hmm.
her the cat's texture is like a rotating nebula. So just like you just see
Oh,
stars
okay.
when you look at
Oh,
her,
that
and
makes
it's so
sense.
cool.
Looking at even just the little screenshot I have up on the stream now, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I
It's
know
a
she
lot
does.
cooler when seen in person.
I know she does have like one or two figures, but I've never actually noticed that about her cat. That's pretty cool. I think that now that you're explaining it more, I do think that I would really like it. So I'll have to try it out.
Yeah, I would recommend this game to anybody, honestly, even if you're gonna get it on the Vita. For those few people that have, just me and OhnoRaptors right now.
Yep, that's it. Every time someone comes on the podcast to talk about games, we should be like, "Do you have a Vita?" We're now like 2 for Vita, 100 for no Vita.
Right, Vita Club going strong.
Goddamn.
Uh,
That's all I
unfortunate.
had for E3. Oh no, I actually had just one game I wanted to just mention kind of minorly because I didn't want to get too into it. Was near Automata. I don't know if you guys
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man.
heard that
Oh boy.
one.
Yes.
You're excited for that one, right?
Yeah, so excited for that one. Okay,
Yeah.
so I won't go too far into it like we said,
Mm-hmm.
but when I first beat Nier, I tweeted the gentleman who made it, who was head of Cavia at the time,
Hmm.
and I was like, I love Nier. It was such an incredible game. Thank you so much. And he responded to me in English and was like, "Thank you for playing my game," or whatever he said.
Aw, so
It's my
sweet.
favorite tweet I've ever gotten back from
Oh,
anybody at this
Oh,
point.
that's
And
nice.
you should print it out and frame it.
I wanted to. I wanted to. I'm not even kidding. So yeah, I'm so excited for this Platinum Games, and the fact that Nier's coming back, and the fact that it's the same people who did the music before, and the fact that it's the same game director. Like, I don't feel like this could fail.
Yeah, it's like it's so perfect. Nothing could go wrong, I feel like.
Yeah,
Just there was some gameplay
knock on
stuff.
wood, right?
Yeah.
But
Don't jinx
seriously,
ourselves here. But did you see that 60-minute gameplay video they had up at E3?
no, I'm nervous to
With like,
watch anything other than the trailer.
all right, well, I won't say too much, but the boss fight they showed off was it's near but better. Which is great because I love Nier, but the weakest part of that game was kind of its so combat,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
this just it looks like it fixes everything with it, and that's all I needed.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
cool.
particularly interested in this one just because the main character, I assume, the girl with white hair, yeah,
Yep.
her
Yeah,
outfit
you
is
can play as the girl
fucking
with-
amazing.
It's super cool.
I would wear the shit out of that.
Yeah. I think one of the character designer was like, "Yeah, we tried to make this character look like you could easily cosplay it. That was the
Oh,
main goal."
definitely, yeah. I would totally cosplay this character.
Mhm.
I just have to play the game and the first
Yep.
one because then I
You
feel
should play
bad.
the first one.
You know.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What an incredible game, and like totally misunderstood when it was first released too.
Yeah, when that came out, I was like, "What is this? What is this shit? It's just some old guy."
Right. He looks ugly as fuck. He looks like he got in a
Yeah.
fight with a toaster and lost. But
Yeah.
For the first one, I didn't even know that he was the main character. I thought the lady was with the tiny outfit.
Yeah,
The
like
blue
kinda-
outfit.
the
Yep.
skimpy blue dress or lingerie outfit she had.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's a super cool character.
Awesome
I love
character as well. Yeah. Everybody in that game was great.
her.
Just
Mhm.
saying. All right, we're gushing about this game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like when we said we were gonna say too much about it, and here we go.
Like 5 minutes later.
Uh,
But you can tell, like, I mean, that first game must have been pretty good if we're this passionate about it. So
yeah.
I don't know. What else do we have on our
I'll
list?
have to check it out because
Yes.
I'll admit everything I know about the first game. I just know from like fan work, like Dojin. So that might be why I thought she was the main character.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
I know nothing
Yeah, I'm
else.
sure she's really popular in the oceans.
God damn. So yeah, no, I'm gonna make you play that one too. I told Raptors before the podcast I was gonna make her play Shadow of the Colossus in a locked room.
You said lock me in a room and make me play it.
Right, because she doesn't know the story at all.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't.
wow.
Somehow I don't. I just know big things you fight and you climb on them.
Yep.
That's rare to be unspoiled on that game.
Right, if you were spoiled on
whole
it.
experience that.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if she was spoiled on it, then yeah, all right. I guess maybe you don't need to play it. But like, if you could go through that not knowing what's going to happen, I'm jealous that you get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Were
make it
both
happen.
of you spoiled on it, or?
No, it's
I-
just the
I-
fact that I know what happens and I've played it, and you have no idea. And I wish I could play it again for the first time. You know. So and they have a PS3 remaster version. So and I have a PS3 that's just sitting here. So you know, if you want to borrow it, buddy, just let me know.
I
But
might
yeah.
have to because I only have a PS4 now, and the Vita, and the Vita. Oh, and the 3DS.
And the Vita.
so-
Can't forget that.
No,
Goddamn.
can't forget it. Even if I haven't played it in a year, even if the only game that I've put in it and it's like not left was Persona 4.
Yep. That's a good game to leave in
It's
there
fun.
forever.
It
I
is.
think.
It is actually. Sometimes I just turn it on and listen to the music. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this was worthwhile.
Bloodborne lived in my PS4 for like 8 months. I
Ah.
feel like.
Uh-huh.
So I feel that. Um, what else we got on this list, man? You picked out something else, didn't you, Nicole?
I picked out. This is another game that I just stumbled upon today. Because again, I'm so bad with keeping up with games.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. Don't come to me for game advice because I just stick to one game and I play the shit out of it, and that's all I know for like a year until I get tired of it and move on to a new game. And right
Mm-hmm,
now it's Overwatch. So, but so I picked out We Happy Few, which is, as
That
it
looks cool.
says, a game of paranoia and survival in a drugged out dystopia English city in 1964. And it has, this is like a great visual game, I feel, because it's fairly, wow, that's a lot of words to describe something that none of them work together. It's colorful, but like that dark, gritty color. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
whimsical and creepy.
Yeah.
It feels, from what I've seen and what I've read a bit just today, oh boy, lots of games today. It feels very Bioshocky. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
I've gotten that vibe from it
for
too.
sure, for sure.
So, in case people listening don't really know, like, when you're playing in this game, you have to make everybody else. You basically have to trick the AI in the game into thinking that you are happy, quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote, and everybody in the society takes these happy pills to keep them, up and up. But you've decided, maybe I don't want to take these anymore. Maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
bad. So you stop doing it, and if anybody figures out that you're not taking your pills anymore, they'll basically kill you.
Yeah, which I think that's a really really interesting concept.
Absolutely. And every time you die, when you come back, the game generates a whole new map for you to explore.
It's
So,
Oh
and there
wow.
really
is, and even
cool.
because, in spite
Mm-hmm.
of that, there's a narrative too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there is a story to this thing, even though it's procedurally generated.
Hmm.
It
It
seems cool.
it kind of reminds me of the ship. I mean, I don't know too much about this game because I've just
Mm-hmm.
it's just even seeing gameplay, I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it kind of reminds me of that multiplayer game, The Ship, where it's like you're trying to kill everybody, like all like other players, but still kind of act natural,
Uh-huh.
in a sort of way. And
Oh, interesting.
it reminds me of that sort of,
Hmm.
in
That
that
makes
trying to,
sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, pretty
Yeah.
cool. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Me too.
I
Me
just
too.
I like really quirky games. I guess one of the reasons why I don't keep up with games as much as I used to is just because I get so bored of the same thing over
Well, a
and
lot of
over.
things do blend into the background
They really
because
do.
the game industry, they figure out a trend and then they run with it for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, and you see it
Yeah.
replicated in slightly different formats. So it's not as often anymore that you find a game that has a cool hook like this one does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do get what you're saying. Like Persona's hook is just how incredibly stylized it is. This
Hmm.
game is the theory of like what drove the developer, I think, to make it. I think is really interesting to me
Mm-hmm.
because like he actually has a point he wants to get across in a story and not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
here's the game.
Hmm.
So it's different for everybody though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious to know what the hell's going on in this game because
Yeah, yeah.
like I still look at the gameplay. I'm like, well, what?
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
gonna be a unique experience. And
Yeah.
I think most of all, that's what I want from games.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep, definitely. Why would you play to keep doing the same thing over and over again? Unless
Mm-hmm.
it's Overwatch.
And that's just Overwatch.
Overwatch is fun no matter how many times you do it.
It
That's the
is.
good
It's just
part.
plain fun.
Yep. Yep. I had a couple that I picked out too. First one that really made an impression on me when it was
Mm.
first shown off was For Honor, which I think is a
Right.
Ubisoft title. And because I like fantasy and knights and swords and all that shit. That's my favorite thing to like get into. And this looks super cool, man. So it's actually trying to replicate combat in like sword-based combat in a way that's not totally arcadey, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not totally realistic either.
Hmm.
You have to if someone's going to attack you, for example, you have to block in the right direction to hold it, and you have three different places you can block: left, right,
Mm-hmm.
or low. I think is another one. And there are three different types of knights you can play in this game. There's Vikings, there's samurai, and then there's your typical like I don't know, typical run of the mill knight.
Wasn't there
And
a really popular game that was somewhat similar, but it was all
I think you're
PvP?
thinking of Chivalry. Was that it?
Chivalry.
Yes, yes. So
Yep.
I definitely fucked around in that for a while because it's ridiculous. Yeah, that's it.
It is. It
It's
is.
really ridiculous.
I remember they were saying they tried to make that a realistic depiction of
Mhm.
sword fights,
Mhm.
and I think it's cool what they've come up with For Honor. As long as I think each faction plays differently enough to be
Uh huh.
interesting, that's gonna go for a long time. And there's room to expand on too. It's not like those are the only three types of knights,
Oh
you know?
yeah, for sure. You just keep
Yeah.
adding in whatever.
Right, right. So I was pretty jazzed up about that. I was also excited that Last Guardian finally got a date.
Oh, Jesus. How long has this been? Since 2009?
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Speaking
Oh,
of
boy.
Shadow of the Colossus, so
Right.
this thing, the date on this, I think was October 25th of this year, which
Oh,
is coming
nice.
right up.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
4 months
It's,
away.
It's
I
almost
didn't think I'd
time.
live to see the day this game came out.
Yeah, really. I did think this was going to die. In fact, I gave up hope that it was ever going to get released.
So it's
Mhm.
been so long that while I was putting together this list, I was like, is this the first game or the second game? This is the second game, right? Because the first one came out a long time ago.
Yep.
No, no, no. I
No,
think
it's just
it.
been the same one
Mm,
this entire time.
I think it looks. I think it looks neat, and I want to know the story, but I don't know if I could play it.
Really?
Yeah, it just. I don't like. And MMOs and other games where you have to like lead a companion places, they drive me
That's going to be
fucking
Oh,
the thing
yeah.
that
crazy.
kills this or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's tedious to lead this big cat griffin
Hmm.
around, then yeah, you're gonna
It's
not
just
really have
AI can be
positive an experience.
so dumb. So
Right.
Mhm.
that's why I personally probably won't play it unless it gets like amazing reviews and if if nothing really sad happens. If something really fucking sad happens to the thing,
Oh,
to the big
it,
griffin thing,
I think
I
it's
can't.
almost guaranteed that something sad is
I
going to
know.
happen
One
at
of
this
them's
point.
gonna die. One of them's
it's an
gonna
ICO
die.
game, so I
Yeah.
mean,
I
there's
can't
no
do
way that
it.
something sad can't happen.
Yep.
It already
Yep.
looks so sad. Like I can't do it. No.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
I do love the
Mm-mm.
tone of this game, though. It's very like mellow and moody. Even
Yeah.
in the trailers they showed off, it's mostly silent, and you just hear the kid
Mm-hmm.
running around and the big thing jumping
Like
around
and
too.
cooing and making little noises.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's cute. I'd watch a let's play or something of it, but probably not play
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The guy who's in charge of the project, Fumito Ueda, his games have always felt very human, even though they've always been high fantasy and stuff. Well, not high fantasy, but they've always had fantasy elements
Mm-hmm.
to them.
Hmm.
Because I think he tries to portray realistic emotions and
Mm-hmm.
interactions between characters, and there aren't usually many characters in his games either. Maybe like two or three throughout
Yeah.
from start to finish. But he tries to make it seem. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like dramatic when I say it this way, but he tries to make it seem raw. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. He definitely has the talent to do that too.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think this is just going to follow in that with that pattern.
Hmm.
I do see that coming in this one too. But
I feel like there's no way I just can't like I have to get this. It's just been so long. Like I if I didn't, like what would I be doing with my life?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and then Zelda,
Oh,
Yep,
Zelda.
that's the
Oh, that's a
thing.
big one.
Breath of the Wild, which is a pretty sick name in my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
was
I'm excited.
Yep,
I
and
like
that's
all
all
their
we have
stuff
to
they're
say.
pulling.
Just kidding.
I like how they're pulling from a lot of genres on this one. You
Yeah,
could
they
like
really are.
really see
Like
like a lot
overall,
of
it's a very impressive idea, especially for
Hmm.
a Zelda game.
yeah, like an open world, go wherever you want. Like actually this time,
Mm-hmm.
like they've said stuff like you can just go straight to the boss if you feel like it, straight out the
Mm-hmm.
spawn. I'd be like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm about that. I'll play Link in his underwear and go fight Ganon. You can play it as underwear, by the way. They've made sure to highlight that on the stream.
I saw
Oh
that's
God,
very exciting for
that was on purpose.
some players.
Yeah,
They're very like core group of the fans. So
got to get the Fujoshi fan base, you
yep,
know?
yep, yep, yep.
And we were talking about earlier, like some major installments in franchises messing around with the formula of their games a little bit. This is definitely one of those.
Oh, for
You can
sure.
jump whenever you want for the first time in the series. You can jump
Yeah.
whenever you want to.
Which I
Um,
always think, I'm being completely honest, is a big highlight to games, especially if they add it on like the second game. Like, holy shit, you can jump! Because I randomly jump just a lot. If you
yeah.
play Overwatch with me, I'm usually jumping. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
it
There's
helps. It really
no.
helps.
It does actually help. It does. No, I can attest to that as well. There's no collecting hearts in the field in this anymore. There's making food and replenishing your hearts that way.
Hmm.
Like that's another thing that's totally new to the series. The stamina bar, climbing walls, climbing basically any surface. I'm sure there are going to be some surfaces you can't climb because of puzzle solving elements, but
Right.
Hmm.
it's just they're treading new ground with this, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, they even have things like you can use drop weapons from enemies and just use that like as your weapon. It's not just,
Oh yeah,
you don't just get the basic sword at the start and then the master sword and then that's
Mm.
it.
weapon
There's like,
durability,
yeah,
totally new.
variety of weapons too that they showed off, like a hammer, a spear, a short sword, an axe.
Yep. These aren't new concepts by any stretch, but the
Right.
fact that they're implementing into that, they had to do something different with this game, I think, because they had a lot riding on Skyward Sword, and I
Uh huh.
think it was met with a lot of criticism
Right.
Hmm.
A
because
lot
they
of
tried
people.
to
Mm-hmm.
use that Wii Motion Plus or whatever
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game start to finish, and I thought it was a cool story, but it's not nearly as memorable as some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's they're going the right direction with this one though, I feel like. Also, skating on your shield, pretty cool.
That's legit. That's awesome. I like that.
Uh,
So yeah, I don't know. New Zelda game. Good
I'm
shit.
excited for it.
Good shit.
Apparently the guys who worked on it from Xenoblade X. I don't know
Oh
if you guys
yeah, I
know
was
that
just
Wii U
reading that.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guys from that team are working on this game as well.
That's pretty
And
cool.
yeah, if you guys didn't know, Xenoblade X, or it's X, they
Yep.
had a huge map. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was stupid big, especially for the Wii U. And this game is also having huge maps. So I'm guessing they're bringing their like technical know-how or ability for the Wii U to
Right.
make that happen.
God damn.
So
That we I think we talked about this earlier this week, but the fact that when Reggie came on stage and was like, "What we're showing you today is a small percentage of the map in this game,"
Mm-hmm.
and blah blah blah. So you're like, okay, sure. I mean, people are gonna say that when they try to get people excited about the size of their game. Let's see what it actually is. You see the map. And you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty big. And then they zoom out, and you're like, oh, okay, that's bigger. And then they zoomed out more, and you're like, holy shit, he's
you
right.
just
This is a
keep
small
zooming
fraction.
out.
This is really a small, and I don't even think we saw the full overworld map in those screenshots that we got from E3.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some other hidden stuff in the corner too that they just can't show on the
Yep,
map.
it reminds me of. So I didn't have the best experience with Twilight Princess. I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't really like a lot about it. But one of the things was the fact that they had this big open world that you could go run around in. There was nothing to do in it. There
Yeah.
no side quests whatsoever.
Hmm.
You come off the back of something like Wind Waker or Majora's Mask, where there was shit to do in the world that you were given, and it was substantially smaller. Well, maybe not Wind Waker, but I guess if you just factor in the islands, I don't know. Anyway, and then you give me this, and there's nothing to do in it. Okay, great. I appreciate that you went through the effort to make something big, but I have no reason to explore it. And so if they make that same mistake with this game, then I will be pretty disheartened. But
Mm-hmm.
just crossing my fingers, man. We don't know everything yet, so I'm not gonna make decisions on that.
Yeah, yeah. I was very apathetic about this game at first because like I haven't really been to Zelda lately, but this has piqued my interest a little bit. So
Yeah,
I feel like I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on it from now
Yeah,
on.
I'm really interested in it as well, and I'm not a huge Zelda fan. I've actually never finished a game, start to finish.
yeah,
Because I just when
yeah.
I was younger, I it's not a game that I had gotten. Just
Sure,
somehow,
definitely.
magically.
You
But let
know,
me
it
tell
definitely
you
happens.
about Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Again,
Ah,
they're just sticking with one game and playing the shit out of it for like months and months and months and months. Always. It's always been like that.
which one was that for you? What was the first Pokemon game you got?
I think it was Red.
Red? Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's good shit.
That was
I
good
didn't get
shit.
into it until Ruby, so but
Okay.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Whatever you say, man. And we had one other game.
Before I play this, I should go back and play some. It's so easy to now. Like
Yeah, it
they're
is.
back on the 3DS. You can play just like ROMs and
Oh
they're
yeah,
on
ROMs,
your
so
phone.
Yeah,
So I've just been slacking. I should play that between Overwatch matches.
Yeah, definitely. We had one other thing too. Kojima told us about his new game at E3, and I don't think we learned very much from the trailer,
Did he
but
tell us about it or did he let us experience it?
he let us experience it. We experienced. It was very visceral too, and
Yeah.
I kind of worry for Norman Reedus. What has Kojima done to him?
I
But
what the fuck was this? Norman Reedus and his Norman fetus. The game. Death Standing, I think it's called, right?
Yes.
yeah, Stranding.
It's this, yeah.
Stranding.
Is it
Just so
standing?
you know,
Yep, I think so.
I thought it was standing. Yeah, that makes sense. He stands up. That makes total sense. Sure. The next one could be death sitting. Who knows?
Yeah.
That makes
Death
a
prop.
lot more sense now.
Death taking a nap.
Yep.
So, have you guys heard any details about this game? Like, from the little Kojima has talked about it, like, off screen.
Just
Yeah.
little things.
I've heard no
yeah.
deeds, no tales.
No
He's,
real info, though.
yeah. The most he said is that it's supposed to be an action style game, apparently.
But
But,
it's gonna be new.
yeah,
Like a
and
new
that
spin
death,
on action games.
he said that death is also going to have a new type of consequence, which I'm pretty sure it means that Kojima's just going to fucking kill you now if you lose.
Just
He's
in
gonna
real
come to your
life,
house
he's
and just
gonna
look
show
at you.
up.
You die in the game, you die in real life.
It would be a new experience, so
That machine
He could
from
do
the
anything,
Kojima
and people would be like,
Productions
"Fuck
logo
yeah."
come to you.
Just
Yeah.
that guy in the giant spacesuit just breaks into your house and breaks your neck. Oh,
But
God.
I have my own theory about this cinematic that we saw.
Lay it on us.
I think that Kojima is Norman Reedus, and I think the baby is Metal Gear. That's my theory anyway. And then this is him mourning and moving on. So yeah,
I
Don't know. Sure.
right?
We can't say no.
We can't.
We don't know what
for
the
sure
fuck's
yet.
going on, so sure, why not?
So yeah, pretty excited to see what that turns into.
I remember he
Yeah.
was also talking somewhat about gameplay, about how every weapon you use in a game is a stick or a rope,
Oh.
and that no one else read that interview or whatever.
No.
'Cause
I
I'm
didn't- I didn't hear that word
for
I'm
it.
gonna explain this horribly, but he said that every weapon you use in a game is a stick to like keep enemies away from you, and then you can use a rope to pull them in. So this game will be using those elements in a unique way.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Both everyone will have to just go look up that interview because it didn't give a lot of details. Again, it was just like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing, but in a unique way. But that also somewhat ties into the feel or the story of the game. Who fucking knows? I do not.
I feel like the
I can
more
only
Kojima
imagine.
tries to tell us, the less I know.
Exactly.
It just produces more questions.
Yeah.
Like if we had just seen this like little teaser, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Baby gone.
Yep.
Hey,
Invisible
crabs?
ghost baby, maybe.
The man speaks in
Sure.
riddles.
But
He's like a
no,
sphinx.
I don't know.
There was crabs too, I guess. Maybe that. I don't know.
There's
And
going to be
bones.
crustacean enemies.
Yeah.
And the floating figures in the sky,
Yep. What were they all
Someone
about?
was putting their hands all over Norman Reedus
all
with
over,
handprints.
all over.
I mean, who wouldn't? Let's
Make him
be real,
dirty.
right?
Yeah.
dirty.
And even his little,
He's a dirty boy.
even his little like Mpreg incision wounds or whatever.
Yes. Dude, that's why I think it's Kojima, because Metal Gear was his baby. And it was taken from him.
His fight
Sure.
to get back Metal
Dude,
Gear.
I've thought about this. I really have.
This is the Real Theory Craft podcast.
Yep.
I don't know.
Uh,
I think it's. I think it's ghost babies. So
Touching him?
yeah, touching him,
I
and
couldn't even guess.
he has to find the child, and he has to like pull him back with the umbilical cord, because he said rope.
The five
Who knows?
Oh,
the 5 different things in the sky are 5 different timelines where he has 5 different children, and so the baby dying is the end result of what will happen to his child. So he has to go into each different timeline and rescue his kid, and he'll
And
have 5 same
every
kid.
time you die, it's another thing up in the
Yep.
sky. You have to start
Yep.
all over, all over.
All over again. Procedurally
Uh,
generated baby rescue.
it's secretly a Hideo Kojima dating sim. He plays Norman Reedus, and
Yeah.
you have a son, and you have to like date while you have a child.
No, you play as Kojima, and you have to date Norman Reedus.
There you go. I'd play that. I'd pay $60 for that game.
Who wouldn't at this point?
Yep. I no, even if it's shit, I will buy it when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
After
You can
this
already. I think it's so weird that you can already pre-order this game, but nobody knows anything about it. Like you saw a trailer with some mpreg, and that's it, and crabs.
And everyone's like, I'm in.
It's $60. Put me down.
I love that he was naked. I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Did
was that a
anyone
thing you
expect
liked?
that? Oh. That
I
and
expect.
that and Link
don't
in the
know.
little shorts.
Mm.
Thank you, E3, and the dancing giraffes.
Hitting the target audience, that's for sure.
Yeah, no idea. I'll let you play it, and then you can tell me how
Yeah.
it is.
All right. I'll stream it and you can watch.
You should. And then we can all experience it together. I'm sure it'll be
Yeah.
life-changing in some way.
We'll
Someday.
all become better people because of it.
By the end of it. So here's the consequence of death in that game is that you have to carry Norman Reedus' baby. No, Kojima's baby.
Oh boy, this game's gonna be fucking something. I know that. Whatever it's
I
gonna end
hope
up being.
you're naked the whole time. Even if there are other characters, they can be clothed. I don't care. But you have to be naked.
Yep.
Put jiggle physics on your dog.
Yeah.
Like really fierce ones too, to the point where it's like really unrealistic, and it's just going and
Just
bending
like
in places.
every game that has them and has female characters.
Exactly.
Yep.
Give the ladies what they want, the same thing the guys get.
Yeah.
Give them the jiggly balls.
Give them.
Who doesn't want jiggly testicles? I mean, that's why I play games. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty damn disappointed. I've been playing for 20 fucking years and I don't have one jiggly testicle game yet.
No.
I'd appreciate a little bit of man boob jiggle too. Just get there.
Yep. That's what Roadhog's for.
Oh, yeah.
God.
So, yeah, I think this concludes our E3 discussion. I like to
Yep.
end things on a high note, so I'm going to
Thanks.
stop there.
Oh yeah. And on boob physics. Man
Right.
boob physics.
That was a high note. Yeah.
That was the high note. Yeah, so just a reminder to everybody, we're going to be showing up on Boss Fountain Podcast, I guess. This is going to happen. This is a real thing, and I'm excited.
Yeah, it's for realsies, guys. I promise.
The real shit. Nicole is not excited at all. She's just going
Oh,
to
I'm
silence.
sorry. I was looking back at the stream because that's my job. But no,
Somebody's
it should
gotta
be
do it.
really fun. And we'll have a larger group to chat with than what we do here.
Yeah, definitely. And we have to coerce them all to join us
Yep.
in the garbage.
Would they have to join the anime figure club? They have to go down the dark path.
So, Eli, where can people find you and the podcast?
All right. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, I am at Loco Rolo. That's LOCOROLLO. That's my Twitter handle.
Nice.
If you guys want to follow us, the Boss Fountain and my crew over there, we have a Twitter, and that's the Boss Fountain. That's just that at Twitter.
All right.
And we also have a website that's our Libsyn page with all our show notes, all our past episodes, and all that. And that's
Yeah,
just
organized.
thebossfountain.com.
bossfound.com. And all
Yeah.
this information is going to be in the description. If you haven't noticed it already, it'll be down there. As always, you can get Raptors and I on Twitter at OhnoRaptor. and at Zero Paradigm. Hey, if you want to be on the show, like Eli, and be our special guest, send us an email or tweet. You can email us at projectpvcpodcast@gmail.com, and we will respond within 3 days. I promise.
At least.
Do it. Come on here.
Or your
It's a
money
fun
back.
time.
As Eli knows, within 3 days.
Not only do you get to chat with us through the podcast time, but you also have like an hour as we set up. Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. The benefits are endless.
It was a fun hour. It was very worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, folks. Until next weekend, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you around. Bye.
Bye, chat.
See ya, chat.
Oh yeah, bye chat too. I love you guys.